Donald Trump has called for the death penalty for human traffickers in his latest release of Agenda 47. Trump's outstanding view has called the attention and opinions of many political experts and fellow politicians who have criticized and praised Donald Trump's latest promise for the 2024 election. What would this mean for the many human traffickers who have been condemned to prison or will be in the future? Will Donald Trump reinstitute the death penalty for human traffickers if he takes over office again in 2024? Let's find out. The political landscape of America is currently in upheaval with the election just around the corner. With Democrats defending and Republicans attacking, the two major parties are vying for the next 4 years. The two presidential primaries leading so far are Biden for the Democrats and Trump for the Republicans. Trump has stated in the most recent update on his website that the death penalty is going to be rewarded indiscriminately for all those who engage in human trafficking of any sort, be it for sex or organ trade. He plans to sign a policy that would enable the state to do so under his administration if he gets back into office in 2024. All these new policies that former President Trump plans to bring come under a blanket called Agenda 47, which is the list of policies he plans on enacting upon becoming the 47th President of America. So what did Mr. Trump say exactly on his website? He started by talking about the film that he hosted on his golf course in Bedminster, called Sound of Freedom, which starred Jim Caviezel. Spoilers ahead for the story, so if you want to watch it without any spoilers, this is your chance. The movie is about Jim Caviezel trying to rescue a girl who is being trafficked by the cartel deep in the jungles of Colombia and how he reunites her with her brother who he had rescued earlier. He emphasized the importance of this movie and stressed the need to bring about stronger measures to tackle human trafficking. Former President Trump says that Biden has undone all his work and created a deplorable situation for him to manage when he takes over, especially at the US-Mexico border that he calls the Biden border nightmare. What has Mr. Trump done during his time in office then to combat trafficking, you ask? Mr. Trump states on his website that under him they signed the Frederick Douglass Trafficking Victims Prevention and Protection Reauthorization Act, authorizing $430 million to fight sex and labor trafficking, and signed legislation to crack down on foreign countries who are not meeting standards for eliminating trafficking, of which there are many. The Frederick Douglass Act enabled an extensive series of grants and assisted in aiding authorities to combat drug trafficking and to rehabilitate trafficking victims. With 309 sections in the act, it has indeed helped in combating human trafficking. Mr. Trump also talks about using Title 42 to end child trafficking by returning all trafficked children to their families in their home countries and without delay. Title 42 is the ordinance that the government had brought about in response to the coronavirus pandemic as a means to turn away all migrant asylum seekers and deport any illegal immigrants in the country back to their land. This would mean that he would invoke this title so that all children lost in the US due to trafficking can be returned home safely without long hours and piles of paperwork. Trump also stated that under him the US-Mexico border wall was impeccable and impenetrable. The initiative was such a success that the country of Mexico itself gave the US 28,000 of its best soldiers to help guard the border wall and oversee it all. He had even created a position in the White House dedicated solely to combating human trafficking. Seeing the current state of human trafficking and how it is steadily on the rise, former President Trump has also strongly stated in this video that he will urge Congress to ensure that anyone caught trafficking children across our border receives the death penalty immediately. This is going to be a major victory for both law enforcement and the victims of these crimes who deserve justice in light of the crimes done against them. If the law can indiscriminately put criminals who are directly involved in trafficking people to death, it would help deter the criminal organizations involved in such activities as well. So make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more updates on the latest in the elections and to find out what the current candidates for the presidency are planning on doing.